Welcome back. MTG Joe here, filling his face on Halloween candies and playing some non-Oko decks. We are all tired of the Elk Master. So I know I mentioned yesterday's stream we'd be doing some budget decks, but until they ban Oko, or just at least for the time being, a lot of those strategies have felt pretty underwhelming just in the face of those Simic food decks. So I kind of wanted to play some other strategies that have seemed fun to at least to play, relatively effective as well. One thing before we get to this deck in particular, I'm going to put a post on my YouTube channel. I'm going to kind of crowdsource some decks. So if you have a cool brew, you want to share it, want to have it featured on the stream, play through some games, drop a link there. So either MTG Goldfish or Aether Hub code, deck list. And I'll get around to playing a bunch of them on the channel. So this particular deck here is Abzan, so green, black, white tokens, aristocrat style deck. So what we're trying to do with this deck is go wide, create a bunch of tokens, have those tokens enter the battlefield, deal a point of damage with Corpse Knight, and then when they die with Cruel Celebrant, that deals another damage. So that's kind of the aristocrats theme of it. The way we generate tokens is pretty much the shell in this build. You have Emmara. When it taps, you can create 1/1 tokens with lifelink. Raise the Alarm creates tokens. March of the Multitudes is another way to create tokens. And then you have Tristani, which makes some tokens, as well as a Garruk. The rest of the shell, Flower can help us filter out our early line drops, as well as late game. It's a way to pump the whole team as kind of an overrun effect. Otherwise, like I said, we have the Corpse Knight, Cruel Celebrant, Aristocrats package. Midnight Reaper was an addition. Venerated Loxodon felt kind of mediocre when I was playing a couple games offline. I was generally running out of cards with the deck, so playing some copies of Midnight Reaper. It's a little risky if we have a big board and they board wipe, but give it a shot. In the games I've played thus far, it's been pretty good. Vraska is very good in this deck, both its plus and its minus. Minus deals with Oko or any troublesome permanent, that's 3 or less. The plus, we have a lot of tokens we can throw away, so it's more card draw. Conclave Tribunal could effectively be free by just tapping our creatures, so it's removal that way. Loxodon's quite familiar in these builds. Tap down your team, grow them bigger, put some counters. Tristani is another Anthem effect. So we have a couple Anthem effects, as well as Ajani I usually like in these builds. Ajani giving Vigilance allows us to then tap for the Convoke for March, so we can attack and still advance our board. +3 is reasonable against the mono red decks or the aggro decks, and then the -2 is a way for us to Anthem the team. Also can be played in conjunction with Garruk's ultimate to kind of put a token on, then give everything +3/3 and trample. So it's another way we can kind of close out the game in that regard. So we'll take it through. Sideboard wise, I've been just playing best of one with it, but we'll play it through a couple matches, both sides. So we have Duress, Devout Decree. So Duress versus Control, Devout Decree, red or black things, Noxious Grasp versus the food decks, Trophy as catch-all removal, 3 Questing Beasts versus the Planeswalker heavier decks, and then Command the Dreadhorde against board wipe heavy decks. There's opportunity, because we gain a lot of life, we could bring back a lot of creatures and then get all the triggers from Cruel Celebrant and Corpse Knight as well. So we'll run it through as usual. So I'm not going to play ranked right now. There's a day left. I'm at 954 for the top 1200. There's 21 hours left, so trying to see if that rank holds up. So we'll play traditional play first. So as always, we'll do 1 or 2 best of 3. And then a best of 1, so we'll play some games there. One card I gave some credence to was Hero of Precinct 1. I just feel like with Oko coming around, it's not as effective, as well as most of it, like I like Emmara better in terms of generating tokens. It goes more so with our general theme. We'll play first. This hand's pretty heavy on lands. We're live to anything else we draw, so maybe just keep it. So the deck's base green-white, so we usually lead on that. I'm going to go Tomb here, and then I'll likely lead on Emmara first, because then we can start attacking in. More lands is always appreciated. So let me know if you have any cool brews. You can drop it on the YouTube channel. Anything from like the Affinity, any cool combo decks, anything like that. Definitely interested in seeing. So this is probably Esper Dance. That's actually pretty good. So I'm just going to drop this down. We'll raise the alarm on end step, and then we can Cruel Celebrant afterwards. And as always, if you are stopping by on YouTube, it's always appreciative if you could drop a sub. If you are tuning in on Twitch, a follow, as if both are free and easy ways to help support the channel. If you are purchasing cards, Pioneer or any other format, I always include a TCG affiliate link in my video descriptions on YouTube at the bottom. If you follow the link, do your purchase as normal. It's a way you can support the channel for free. You do your same purchase and they send me a very, very small kickback. Really, it's just covers the cost of some cards here and there. I'm gonna explore. I don't really like MTGO's interface, but it seems to be like the primary way to get through Pioneer content. So I'll explore that, see how it is. I'm trying to not necessarily manage two different collections, but we'll see how it goes if I can get some content there. So they prison round us there. Likely I've been drawing a lot of lands, so keep was a little loose to begin with. So this looks like control, so command to be good in this matchup. The Duress is, yes, this is Esper. Well, we got all the lands. So Doom Foretold, they give us Emmara back, which is actually okay. Not sure why you didn't just do the Guild Globe there. They might need the mana fixing. Yeah, for Kaya's Wrath. So we'll discard the Godless Shrine here. Well, this has been a pretty unfortunate set of draws. Need some action. They'll likely bring in something like Cryocarnarium in this matchup. It's a little annoying too because we can't end step the instant token maker. Skip him. So might just concede on this one. Thought Erasure. Yeah. Trostani was a good draw, but gonna do it before they did get to see. So in this matchup, Questing Beast is good, Command's good, Duress. I don't think we necessarily need Noxious Grasp. There is a play for Assassin's Trophy. Corpse Knight's pretty lackluster in this matchup. Ajani's not really that good either. Neither is Loxodon. Can get rid of these flowers. Probably keep the Corpse Knight in then. We need to cut 2 cards. Conclave Tribunal's a little weak because they have the Doom Foretold. So probably go like that. Vraska's a way for us to thread in. Trostani just makes multiple bodies, and then it gets stuff we could get back with command. So let's run it like this. Like these Esper decks shouldn't be too bad. The fact they have like, okay, so we got Duress into Corpse Knight. So we can take out one of their earlier plays. So here, probably get rid of the Oathakaya. Would like to see one more black source ideally. That's actually pretty good. We can end step it, and it also turns on that if we draw any other land, we can play both. So they do draw the Cycler. Perfect. So let's Duress here. I'm actually going to take... so we could take the Dance of the Manse, or we could take the Prison Realm. I think we take the Prison Realm right now. We want to be aggressive. These Doom Fortolds aren't going to do too much right now. So these deal 2 damage when they come in. Okay, so we got that as a follow-up play, which is nice as well. This is board wipe insurance. It deals some more damage. So they'll likely drop down a Doom Foretold. So I'm going to sack the Corpse Knight just because these will trigger on death. And then I'm just going to drop down Questing Beast here. So they need to deal with this Cruel Celebrant separately. If they do a board wipe here, we have them dead on the triggers. So post board, we're in a better spot, especially on the play. So they could time wipe here, but they're dead. They could Teferi bounce Cruel Celebrant, but they're dead. Okay, that should keep them alive this turn, actually. And that triggers Doom Foretold. Oh, a little annoying there. And it discards that. So nice recovery by the opponent there. They opt to get rid of Doom Foretold here. I guess just shocking ourselves did that damage. So we get Assassin's Trophy here. So that wasn't a bad draw. How do they keep drawing these? It's quite annoying. So here I'm gonna... So I have the choice to down tick or just try to draw. This is gonna pop off anyways, so I think we just get rid of one of these. And then no attack. If they attack in, I'll double block. So that allows us to... We're also dead to a Dance of the Manse at this point. So we'll have to sack Vraska. Corpse Knight does very little in this case. Questing Beast will let us get in. Double Doom Foretold. That is annoying. Okay, but that doesn't do much for us. We're going to take 2 anyways, so we can't even combo off this turn. This is probably a tough matchup. We can't really gain much value. What do they have in the graveyard? Any creatures? They don't. Well, best we can do is a Cruel Celebrant. It buys us a turn. The most depressing Command the Dreadhorde. 6 mana, 2 life. Alright, we are dead. Awkward draw that game, but probably in part we never really able to assemble against the stacks deck. So just gonna give Arena a quick reset. Its performance has been a little bit better on it, but still get the little glitches here and there. We'll run it through another best of 3. Like, this deck does quite well against like the Oko decks. It does have a little bit of a tough time dealing with like questing beast decks. Some of our creatures tend to be smaller than the blockers, but we have enough Anthem effects to pump up the team. So after this one, I have the next video will be a Grixis spells list. So it's kind of a, the closest thing I'd say, like in Modern or Pioneer, like a Pyromancer deck. Play a bunch of cheap spells, you have Dreadhorde Arcanist to get them back, the Royal Scions, and then like you could Duress instead of Thoughtseize. Gonna mull, like, do we go first? Okay, I'll keep this in. Get set up to scry, push away a land. I'm actually gonna keep Garruk here. It's quite powerful. Okay, so this is some sort of Rakdos aggro. So we can block this turn. I'm just gonna trade aggressively. I'm gonna do this now on the Stormfist. The fact it has Menace and it's gonna draw more cards and deal damage. Ooh, that's scary. How did they equip this for free? Oh, with Fever Knight. That's actually pretty cool. So let's do this first. This will get us our land. We'll get another forest. Play out the Midnight Reaper and just pass the turn. So it doesn't have trample at least, so we can just chump block. Next turn I can trust Annie. You know what? Let's take the damage this turn. We can deal a good chunk of damage with Trostani. And then if we draw land, we have Garruk for next turn. Pass turn. So we've just dealt like incidental damage just by playing our game plan. So you have first strike, so let's just do this. I want to try to draw into another land for Garruk here. Oh, actually that was dumb on my part. They have Embercleave. We're dead. Should have played around that. We would have been fine next turn, but loose play on my part there. Devout Decree in. Probably that's it. Maybe Assassin's Trophy is just more targeted removal. In this matchup, the Corpse Knights are pretty lackluster. Smiters are big but slow, so maybe we keep. Actually, don't mind Questing Beast. Offense, defense. Otherwise, probably everything else is okay. Shave down one flower. The Corpse Knights just get trucked early. Alrighty, what do we got? This hand, I think we try it out. It's a little slow, but we have 2 scries to set up, and then we have March and Trostani to try to hopefully build us back up. This should also help us push to find something early game action. Okay, so I don't have a turn 1 play. Assassin's Trophy is good. We'll keep Emmara. At the very least, it forces them into some interaction on it. The fact they haven't played anything up to this point bodes well for us. So I can do it for 2, but I'd rather march for more. Whenever it attacks each combat, if damage should be dealt, prevent it and remove a 1/1 counter. I think we take this 4 points. I can Assassin's Trophy it on end step. Actually, would much rather get rid of this spawn. We'll be able to block the ground pretty well. Okay, we can follow it up with Garruk. I do have a swamp. So it's a pretty nice curve here. Trostani, Garruk, and then March. Make our tokens. Okay, so they brought in Grasps. That is okay. Also, the fact this has to attack means it has to kill one of our wolves. So I'm just going to block this turn. We keep getting smacked by this Embercleave. So let's destroy this. I'll So Fervent Knight has haste. It's probably safe for us. We gain 2 life back anyways. I don't think they can 9 us necessarily. Okay, they have Judith. Judith's actually pretty good at pinging our board. That's a little scary with Embercleave. So we can Garruk here. So I'm gonna see what they do there. So I can Questing Beast or just hold up a big march. I think we just hold up a big march. My guess is they equipped on Knight and then just Embercleave or like pump it. Yep. So we're gonna throw a bunch of blockers in the way here, and then before damage. So we got 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, so X10. And then I can use Garruk's minus after, depending on how they assign damage. Cool. 2 wolves die. Garruk can minus onto this. Okay, so they take out that. And that should be lethal. 14. Takes him out that way. Opponent gives us the GG. I wonder if we go Naya and play Embercleave, but we don't really have big creatures to really deal with. So there we saw Judith on the play. Maybe just go down. Ajani just gains us life, which is fine. I might just play a couple of these just as blockers early, because they can deal the damage over top. Raise the alarm. Probably fine. Go from there. They brought in targeted removal for versus, which has some utility, but is probably not the best. I may also want like Liliana in this deck. Out of the sideboard maybe. Or even in lieu of Midnight Reaper. Like that game, Midnight Reaper would have killed us. What is with these hands? We'll keep this. Put back. To be honest, we probably got to put back this. We're too far away on that point. Okay, so they got Fervent on 1. So if we can draw lands, Ajani's really good here. At the very least, it's a little bit of a non-bow with Emmara, but I figure this Emmara is dead sooner than later. If it doesn't die, probably not going to take the block. Okay, so they grasp us. Bit annoying. so we'll just play this out. Probably Ajani this turn, unless they commit to something bigger. Okay, yeah. One mana short, so let's just do this. Get rid of spawn. That's annoying now. That smacks us for a bit. Okay, so we can Emmara. Oh, we're short white. Oh, that was stupid. I thought we had another white source. I would have gone Cruel Celebrant there. Punt. Okay, so we got Raise the Alarm. And I got Cruel Celebrant. So this gains me 3 life. I want to try to be able to do these in the same turn. They may be inclined to go after. Okay, Ajani bought us a turn. This effectively gained us 9 life. Okay, so Vraska can kill. I just need a land. A white source, ideally. Again, they might go after. This gains us a life when a creature dies, if we sack a permanent. That's fine. At this point, they can hard cast. Holy, we got it. So opponent's been the opposite of us this game. So they'll activate all that. I'll just raise the alarm here. And then just block as such. This gains us 2 life. So let's trust Annie this turn, and then I can march next turn. Actually, probably should have attacked in with Cruel Celebrant. That's a little worrisome. So I don't think we want to telegraph that we have the march this turn. So I'm just going to go as such. They'll likely pump some mana into this. Okay, so they have the Midnight Reaper. So we have 4 here, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So we can go for 6. See where they put these on. They could put on the Knight of Ebon Legion. So we're just going to block like this. And then X6. This will give us a lot of bodies, so we might be able to come back on this one. So 2 creatures die. They get to draw a card. It's actually not too bad. It's weird why it's making me auto pay. So here, there is a play where I can get the Oathsworn Knight and just have that, but I think we're gonna save this for something worse. I can draw a card and just take a damage, so it's not the end of the world. Embercleave is probably where we want to be blocking. Okay. See that if I was them, I wouldn't have done that. If you're gonna attack, you do it before, because now we know they don't have. Does this get first strike? No. So we're just gonna block like this. This will refill their hand a bit. But each of these creatures dying puts points of damage on them. And this starts getting relevant, these like incidental damage. We can also start attacking in now. So we'll just draw a card here. Assassin's Trophy's pretty good. Pretty good. So this is awesome because we can go offense, defense here. We can attack in with the whole team. This should be enough to take him out. Got him. So 1-1 in best of 3. Let's see how we're doing rank wise. Still in the top 1,000. I'm just gonna give Arena a quick reset, and then we'll play a game of best of 1. How's everyone doing today? We are jamming some Abzan tokens, a little bit of aristocrat feel, trying to take advantage of all these little dorks dying. So we'll queue this up in a best of 1. See how it goes there. So the one benefit of best of 1 is they're likely not going to be bringing in a bunch of smaller board wipes. We do run into a little bit more mono red, but we can usually go wide enough on them. Surprised I haven't updated their. So this hand does nothing, so we're going to mulligan. This hand's much better. So put back one of these. So lead off so that one's here. It's probably Oko, maybe Gruul. Seems to be like the go-tos. Wonder if we played Once Upon a Time this deck, cut down a couple lands. So could be a couple different adventure decks. The Vraskas are good here in the face of Lovestruck Beast. Okay, this is Selesnya Adventures. I considered Lovestruck Beast as well, but ultimately because we weren't playing like the Fairy Godmother or like the full adventure package, I went just more incidental damage. We can generally go like wider. So here, just have that entered tapped, play this out. No attacks here. I'm comfortable to take the 5 here. Vraska will come down next turn. We can kill this and then hopefully attack in with Emmara. Or, you know, just another Lovestruck. So here, let's go. I'm gonna take down this Lovestruck. So that way I can attack in with Emmara. They can't double block, otherwise it turns off Lovestruck, unless they play out like the Fairy Godmother next turn. But this still gives me something to block. Okay, so they double block here, that's fine. So if they attack in with this one anyways, I'm going to let it go through to this Vraska since we have a backup Vraska. Tristani. Oh, they're just going over the top. To the face. Okay, so opponent's just disregarding our life total here. So this turn, I don't think we're sacking anything. Although, might do this land. Just to gain a life. Okay, so that could be a follow-up turn. So we took out another one here. This can do little poke damage to us. So next turn, yeah, take it out there. My guess is they play the Fairy Godmother. I like how this triggers off Planeswalkers as well. So 1, 2. So we can do for 3 there. I think we gotta set up a turn where we just go Corpse Knight and the March of the Multitudes on end step. We effectively have... Oh, we're just dead. Cool. Well, wasn't expecting the flower there. If they didn't have that, we would have been okay, because we would have marched and then done a bunch of damage, untapped, and attacked them in. This deck is obviously a little weak to flyers. Let's run it back for one more. It's 2 games where it's just literally one more turn and we would have been fine. The Embercleave turn or that. Opponent goes first. We can raise the alarm into Double Celebrant, following it up with Vraska and Ajani. Probably is okay. So here, because we got the untapped source, I'm going to lead off on the Godless Shrine. So So it might be budget Oko. Actually gonna go Corpse Knight here. We get the points of damage from the Raise the Alarm. Okay, they Goose. So this is Simic Food. They're just short mana. They're short mana, so I doubt they block this. And if they do, then I'm probably happy. In this matchup, I need to just get incidental damage in. Okay, the Questing Beast. It's actually terrifying for us. So here, as much as possible, we just need to go wide. So this gets in some damage anyways. They can block with the Questing Beast, but they'll take the 1 from it dying. It also bolsters their life total. I'll follow it up next turn with an Ajani emblem. I can Corpse Knight and Cruel Celebrant as well. Oh, we're short the mana. Ah, that's twice I've done that. So I'm just doing this. It makes a token. This deals some damage when they kill it. Fine with that. They take 2 more points of damage. Okay, so they can be setting up for either a mana play here. At this point, if they Oko, it's not even that beneficial. Ajani puts on some points. I think Cruel Celebrant's probably the right play again, and just attack with everything. Crisis for 2. And the Goose. Okay, so I Celebrant, they take 2 damage. Yeah, I think we just do that. Because if anything dies here, then they're taking 2 more points of damage. So even depending on how they block, we can trigger our own Celebrants with this Vraska. Okay, so they're not letting it die. So they saw the error in their ways. Fortunately, we don't have a swamp in the deck to search up. But here with Vraska, they're dead. We could just draw a card. Any creature also kills them. So we'll just tap down their mana. And they take 2 damage. And they're dead. Oh, I forgot about that. They gain the life. Well, then that was a little loose. So they're still dead off the Celebrants. Oh no, but they have the 3 life they could gain. I forgot about the food. I've been playing so loose. Kiora is kind of interesting there. That taps it down. So this forces them to sacking food. Ooh, another Celebrant. So here, I think we just attack in with everything, to be honest. They'll gain 3, but if anything dies, they'll also take the damage. And I could just use this to keep gaining life. Yeah, they gain 3 and then lose 3. They can't kill this Ajani. Otherwise, they take 3 more damage that they're forced. It's an interesting game. Oh, that's annoying. Ooh, that might actually be... loose. So here, that's 3/3/3. They're forced to block. 1 dies. So they'll take 3 damage, they gain it back. Oh, that's absolutely terrifying. They gain 3. Hold up the mana, which is interesting. Oh, Voracious. I guess just as a blocker there. Those are free attacks. Okay, so I could Vraska this Voracious Hydra. I think we're dead. Can't block the trample. Too little, too late here. They just block with Paradise. Yeah. Ah, we misjudged that one. Got too cocky with the Vraska, tried to get cute, and then probably didn't play the optimal. I always forget food can actually be used for something other than just fighting with the wolf. Anyways, that's the deck. Obviously, a couple misplays there. Probably not the most refined yet, but feel like has some direction. Obviously, I don't think I like the flowers in this build, to be honest. With the Anthem effects, I'd probably play a second Garruk and maybe a Liliana, or even a third Trostani. Always was happy to see Trostani. These flowers weren't really that practical. Or maybe you just replace this with Once Upon a Time. Helps us dig. It finds us the land anyways because we're a 3-color deck. But some options to kind of improve on that. Thanks for all those who tuned in. As I mentioned at the top of the video, I'll be posting on my YouTube channel a post for user submitted decks. So if you have a cool brew, ideally not Oko. We're all tired of Oko and his Overlord. I'll be playing some viewer decks on the channel. The jankier, more combo-y, like off the wall kind of cool decks. Similar to like some of the decks we've been playing, the blue-white blink battle mid-range, the Abzan tokens. I'll be playing this Grixis spells deck next. So basically, a bunch of cheap spells, try to get it back with Dreadhorde Arcanist, bunch of hasty threats, and then Royal Scions to try to win with its ultimate. But if you have any other cool decks, please drop it a comment there. Just Aether Hub or MTG Goldfish deck lists would be ideal. And then as always, if you missed any of the content, you can catch everything on my YouTube channel, MTG_Joe. If not, tune in live on Twitch. Tomorrow's Halloween, so we'll have to be giving out candies. Should be back on Friday, ideally, and we'll play some more games. As always, thanks for tuning in, and have a great night or day, depending where you are. Thanks for stopping by.